You have 68 wins. You cannot 69 Nina.
Hey everyone, it is the center of attention, Brittany Brooks, and you are watching Simply Reliable Studios.
Come on over, Zeb. I'm being. See, earlier I said something stupid to him, and now this is my receipt. Okay.
Sabu's just sabotaging you.
Yeah. He sure did. Yeah, he's taking over.
Hijacking is a better word. You're right.
Good luck.
Shout out to Simply Reliable Studios making their Symphony debut, sponsoring this match and the entire Dragon Kai demonstration.
Heyo, this is Jack Cartwheel. You are watching Simply Reliable Studios.
Say his name and he appears.
I believe in Noah. I believe in Datula.
The Meltzer of the multiverse. Who the fuck wants to compare themselves to another? How much of a mark do you have to be? You couldn't even pick a professional athlete. You went with a fucking journalist? Grow up, man.
We just want to say thank you to Simply Reliable Studios for voting us as Tag Team of the Year.
Of course.
Because you know what they say, right? If you can't swim, you're bound to drown.
Tonight, she is sponsored by Simply Reliable Studios from Orlando, Florida. She is everybody's favorite BFF, Izzy Marino.
Get it? Got it.
Hello, my internet friends and family. Welcome to the official kickoff of the 2026 NFL season with the Hall of Fame game as the Carolina Panthers take on the Arizona Cardinals. It's good to be back broadcasting from Sevier County, Tennessee. We're on a flash flood warning right now, but that's it. Apparently that's in Kentucky. So it's whatever I'm watching on NBC Peacock right now. The ticker's going off, but that's okay because we have great weather here in Sevier County. So just for everyone who knows, if you've never watched a watch along, sports version anyway, here's how it works. The game will start at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. I am watching it on NBC, and play-by-play, I call it as I see it. Right now, they were talking to one of the players there, and we're looking at teams that have won their division with a losing record. It all started with Seattle in 2010, going to Carolina in 2014 and 2025. So now the panel is getting ready to talk about the LA Rams as they are getting ready for the 2026 season. So this is going to be a weekly thing, leading and going all the way up to the Super Bowl at the end of the season. Pretty much I've decided that each week, based off of a random draw, I'm going to pick a team and I will call that team's game for that week. Now, I have not made the pick for week 1 yet. As I normally do here on the Stat Board 9000, I have the helmets of all the football teams with magnets. Well, they're all in this bag. There are 64 helmets in this bag. You can see them. They're all in there. Little football helmets. For example, there's Kansas City. Here are the Saints, and so forth. They're all in this bag. At some point during today's game that I'll be calling, Whichever team's helmet I pull, I will call that game for the week. It could be on Thursday, it could be on Saturday, it could be on Sunday, it could even be the Monday night game. The only thing that will stop me from this is TV coverage. I have to look in to a subscription on the NFL Network, because I do believe that that is the only way I can have every football game and then every chance possible to call the game in that sense. So it will be a random draw. That's the way it's going to be, I believe, this season. It's the fair way. That way, I haven't decided if I want to once I pick a team, I will say that's it. I can't pick them again. Haven't made that rule yet, but it's still a work in progress. We still have to get through the preseason before we get to the regular season, which of course starts on a Wednesday this year. Very odd that the season starts on a Wednesday. Week 1 starts on Wednesday, September 9th, as the Patriots take on the Seahawks. Now that could be another possibility. Don't know. Haven't quite figured it out yet. But there have been some news stories I'd like to talk about before we actually get to the game. While I have Peacock here on the Statatron TV, on the Roku TV. Top story on ESPN right now is that Detroit has extended Jahmyr Gibbs' contract for 3 years, $67.5 million. This is coming directly from ESPN as of an hour and a half ago. Written by Eric Woodyard. The Detroit Lions and 3-time Pro Bowler Jahmyr Gibbs have agreed to a contract extension that makes him the highest paid running back in NFL history. Gibbs and the Lions reached agreement Thursday on a 3-year, $67.5 million deal that could be worth up to $75.75 million and includes $51.5 million guaranteed. Agent Todd France of Athletes First told ESPN's Adam Schefter and NFL Network's Ian Rappaport. The record deal surpasses the extension Bijan Robinson signed with the Atlanta Falcons earlier this week. Robinson's extended is for 3 years and $66.75 and could be worth up to $75 million. The $22.25 million average annual value of Robinson's contract made him the NFL's third running back to get more than $20 million per year in an extension, along with the Indianapolis Colts' Jonathan Taylor and the Philadelphia Eagles' Saquon Barkley. Since being drafted number 12 in 2023, Gibbs, who is only 24 years old, has emerged as one of the most productive offensive players in NFL history. Despite splitting snaps with David Montgomery through his time in Detroit, Gibbs has 49 career touchdowns, the most in NFL history for a player through his first 3 seasons, surpassing the previous mark held by former Lions great Barry Sanders. Gibbs' 3,580 rushing yards are the 22nd most for any player in years 1 through 3 since yardage statistics were first recorded in 1932, and he is one of 19 players to post at least 3,500 rushing yards and 600 receiving yards to start a career. So congratulations to that, to Jahmyr Gibbs. Wow. That makes the Powerball jackpot seem like nothing. $65 million for just playing football, friends. That's something right there. That's a lot of money right there. Let's hope. Now, this doesn't mean that Detroit is going to actually win the Super Bowl, but as I have said in many, many seasons with Detroit, that they have improved. If you remember, they were one of the teams that they were a laughing stock of the NFC North. They just could not get to the playoffs, and then they just started just playing, and they made it to the playoffs. And in my opinion, they actually were Super Bowl contenders. It just didn't happen. Don't know why, but who knows where this is going to go next. Let me quickly make sure this is going. That is not our page. That might be our page. There it is. Okay, perfect, good, wonderful. Okay, that's what I want, and I want to go to, let's get rid of that, and I want to go that, and I want to do that, and then I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to send this to someone very special. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is this it? Yes. Perfect. Okay, good. We're taking a look at the Arizona Cardinals locker room quickly. And there is one of the participants, Drew Brees, who is second in NFL career passing, as he is part of the 2026 NFL Hall of Fame. There is another news story that is popped up on ESPN.com that I would like to quickly, and this does have a bit of a WWE reference. This is very interesting because of one sentence. This is written by Catherine Terrell as of 45 minutes ago, roughly. NFL suspends Saints rookie wide receiver Brock Rechsteiner for 6 games. Saints wide receiver Brock Rechsteiner was suspended by the NFL for the first 6 games of the regular season, according to the league's transaction wire. No reason was given for the suspension. Rechsteiner will still be allowed to practice during training camp and play in preseason games. His suspension will begin after the roster is reduced to 53 players on August 30th. Rechsteiner, whose father is WWE Hall of Fame wrestler Scott Steiner, also known as Big Papa Pump, was signed by the Saints as an undrafted rookie after minicamp in May. The 23-year-old has been competing for a spot on the Saints' 53-man roster. Okay, so what's going on here, NFL? I mean, you gotta have a reason, okay? He is the newbie in town. He is the new guy. And, I mean, you just don't not throw somebody into a suspension. You gotta give a reason. Was it a fight? Was it, substance abuse? We don't know, and they're not saying. So it's like, come on, seriously? I do not like this. I think it's a dumb way to start the season. So, the news needs to come out quick on that one. That's my personal opinion on that one. I think it's quite dumb, actually. That's just me, but who knows why? Nobody knows why, really. Okay. So we're taking a look at Luke Kuechly, linebacker from 2012 to 2019, I believe. And there's Adam Vinatieri, he's going into the Hall of Fame. One of the greatest kickers, I believe, He was a kicker from 96 to 2019. Most points scored 2,673 and 599 field goals in NFL history. Good old Adam Vinatieri. Whenever you needed a kick for the Patriots, you put the ball on the foot of Vinatieri. Just watching him score. And Bill Belichick was not voted into the 2026 Hall of Fame. Gosh, I wonder why. Who knows why? I really don't know why. I still don't understand why people don't like Bill Belichick. I really don't. You know, if it's a personal reason, if it's he's the most hated coach in the league, for personal reasons, that's one thing. You can't deny what he's done for football. I'm sorry. It's just one of those weird things. All right, so we are at 7:25 on the East Coast here, and of course, what I like to do is give a quick personal update on things that's been happening with me lately. This is my quick moment here. As many of you know, I still am doing the rideshare thing. I still drive for Uber. I still drive for Instacart. And earlier in the month of July, we were driving home from running an errand. Dory Lou and I were driving while I wanted to take the family out to Dairy Queen for some blizzards, and we were coming home from that. We took a quick ride out to Gatlinburg, and we had stopped in a line of traffic, and Dory was driving, and I was in the passenger seat. I was on my phone playing my games, just waiting to bring her home so that I could finish my rideshare for the day. We had just passed Dollywood, and the official street that Dollywood is on is Veterans Boulevard and McCarter Hollow Road. You turn onto McCarter Hollow Road, you stay to the right, you'll go directly into Dollywood, or you can stay on McCarter Hollow Road. McCarter Hollow Road does have a very small residential area which leads into cabins and a few houses. Now, when you're coming out of Dollywood back onto Veterans, there is a far right turnoff which leads back into Sevierville. If you turn left onto Veterans, you're going back into Pigeon Forge, or you're going into Gatlinburg eventually. So coming off of that right turn, a 2010 Chrysler Town and Country smacked into the back of our car, our 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. He bumped into us. There was some damage to the car. There was a big crack in the bumper. There was some damage to the area that goes around the rim of the tire. There was some damage to the grill. It was very cosmetic. There was a dent in it as well. Dory and I were fine. No injuries, no airbags. We were both wearing our seatbelts. And so the gentleman who hit us came out, and he was 89 years old. I will not say his name, though, for that. And he admitted fault. He did say he was sorry. He just did not see us. Took pictures of the car and got information, insurance and all that and whatnot. And I was just about to call 911 and get the police out there when lo and behold, Pigeon Forge police came up and assessed the situation. They filed a police report and they sent us on our way. Now, Adam Vinatieri is now being interviewed officially there by NBC Sports. So we then decided to come home, and the car was still drivable. It just had some cosmetic damage to it. I kind of popped the rim area or whatever that thing is for the tire, put that back into place, and I had to continue my day. But I did not want any added drama from Uber passengers, and I did not think I could drive my car with damage on it. So I intentionally and voluntarily only drove deliveries. We contacted our insurance and we told them what happened. We had to wait for the police report, all that stuff, and I still had to drive. I just, like I said, I just could not take passengers because I did not want a passenger to see the back of the car and potentially contact Uber and say, oh, well, your car's in an accident and there's damage to it, it's not safe, I'm reporting you. So I voluntarily turned off passengers, and basically for the past 3 weeks I've been doing deliveries and whatnot. So then we contacted the other person's insurance. They admitted fault. They paid for the damages. The car was repaired. Everything was a-okay, sort of. I got a rental car and went from there. So driving around, whatnot, I actually did I still continued to Instacart. I had to keep going. And I met a very nice family in Gatlinburg. I want to make sure I get the name right. Make sure I have everything right. I met a family who had their car smashed by a bear. Now, of course, there are bear sightings, of course, here in Sevier County. We know bears are a thing in the Smoky Mountains. So they ordered an Instacart order. I delivered it to them. And so I offered my services. I said, if you guys need some help, I can pick you up, take you where you need to go. They were very appreciative. They are a very nice family. So to Julie, Ryan, Scarlett, and Lucy in Pennsylvania, I'm very glad to have helped you out. You guys are a great family. I hope you had a great time in Sevier County, Tennessee. I would love for you guys to come back. And hopefully this time around, no more bears. Very nice family. I would hope they had a great time. And, still trying to get my business off the ground, but it's okay. I get to, the car is back, brand new bumper almost and everything. And, my Uber account is back online thanks to my insurance, and that's all taken care of. So everything is a-okay. I'll go back to work tomorrow, do some proper ride sharing, get back on track with Uber, meet new people, and share stories here. All right? So there you go. And there's Coach Mike LaFleur of the Cardinals. And it looks like he's wearing a microphone. That's a first, I think. What is this? Tonight's episode of Jeopardy, normally seen at this time, can be seen tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Thank you, NBC, for that. It's what I'm watching live here. So, trying to keep an eye on the Aaron Rodgers re-signs with Steelers, confirms 2026 will be his final season. Reigning MVP Matt Stafford has signed a one-year extension with the Rams. Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs is fully participating in training camp after a knee injury. Daniel Jones has re-signed with the Colts. Kyler Murray has been released by the Cardinals. He now signs a deal with the Vikings. Kirk Cousins signs with the Raiders after 2 seasons with the Falcons. Malik Willis is with the Dolphins after 2 seasons with the Packers. Tua Tagovailoa is now with ATL after being released by the Dolphins. The Jets acquired Geno Smith from the Raiders. That's all your quarterback news. Running back news. Jahmyr Gibbs, of course, has signed the 3-year extension with the Lions. Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker has signed a 3-year deal with the Chiefs. Bijan Robinson has a 3-year extension with the Falcons. Jonathan Taylor has signed a 2-year extension with the Colts. Travis Etienne has signed with the Saints after 4 years with the Jaguars. The Texans have traded David Montgomery from the Lions. Devon Achane, Breece Hall, Javonte Williams all signed extensions. Wide receivers, Jackson Smith-Jigba has signed a 4-year extension with Seattle. Drake London of Zay Flowers, Chris Olave, and Alec Pierce. Broncos acquired Jalen Waddle from the Dolphins. All this has taken place during the offseason. Mike Evans has signed with the 49ers after 12 seasons with the Bucs. Stephon Diggs has signed with the Commanders, his 4th team in 4 seasons. Bills acquired DJ Moore from the Bears. Steelers acquired Michael Pittman Jr. Tight ends, Travis Kelce has re-signed with the Chiefs for his 14th season. Isaiah Likely signed with the Giants 4 seasons with the Ravens. Kyle Pitts has signed a 3-year extension with the Falcons. Dallas Goedert has re-signed with the Eagles on a 1-year deal. Chig Okonkwo has signed with the Commanders after 4 seasons with the Titans. Offensive lineman Tyler Linderbaum has signed with the Raiders after 4 seasons with the Ravens. Bears acquired Garrett Bradbury with a trade from the Patriots. Braden Smith has signed with the Texans after 8 seasons with the Colts. Trent Williams, Darnell Wright, and Laramie Tunsil have been extended. The Browns extend Titus Howard after acquiring him in a trade with the Texans. Defensive lineman Will Anderson Jr. has signed a 3-year extension with the Texans. Jalen Carter has signed a 4-year extension with the Eagles. They're definitely going to need that. The Bengals have acquired Dexter Lawrence II from the Giants. The Jets have acquired Tavondre Sweat in a trade with the Titans. Linebackers, the Ravens have signed Trey Hendrickson after a trade for Max Crosby fell through. Jack Campbell signed a 4-year extension with the Lions. Panthers have signed free agents Jalen Phillips and David Lloyd. Bradley Chubb has signed a 3-year deal with the Bills after 4 years with the Dolphins. Cowboys have acquired Rashawn Gary from the Packers. Odafe Owe has signed a 4-year deal after spending 2025 with the Ravens and the Chargers. Raiders have signed Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker. Defensive backs, Denzel Ward has signed a 2-year extension with the Browns. The Rams have acquired Trent McDuffie from a trade with the Chiefs. The Jets have acquired Minka Fitzpatrick with a trade with the Dolphins. This is all off-season stuff. Safeties Derwin James and Grant Delpit have signed extensions from the Chargers and the Browns. Kevin Byard III has signed a 1-year deal with the Patriots after 2 seasons with the Bears. Rick Woolen has signed a 1-year deal with the Eagles after 4 seasons with the Seahawks. Jameel Dean has signed a 3-year contract with the Steelers after 7 years with the Buccaneers. Alontae Taylor has signed a 3-year deal with the Titans after 4 seasons with the Saints. Tennessee could use that one. And the class of 2026, and it looks like, and they're going to stop the ticker at that and go to a commercial. 20 minutes to go before 8 o'clock. So again, just so you guys know, at some point during the game, I'm gonna let's look into costs for NFL Network. Let's see how that's gonna go. NFL Network. How much does NFL Network cost? Start your free trial. Doesn't tell me how to watch. Watch anywhere, anytime. Watch NFL Network on your devices. Well, how about I just go, well, I'll figure it out eventually. It's all so technical with me. That's all it is, really. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Let you guys know what's coming up. Do I have that? I believe I do. Here's what's coming up on the Simply Reliable Studios Network.
And now for a taste of things to come.
Okay, that's not what that is. That is not the updated one. So, I don't know what that is, so no need to worry about that. That stuff's all in June and we're in August, so all right. As the game comes back, we take a look at Drew Brees kissing the Lombardi Trophy. Looks like he's getting the phone call. That's putting him in the Hall of Fame, perhaps? Maybe. And now it looks like my feed is starting to... There we go. It's kind of choppy here. And now they are interviewing Drew Brees. And my feed is getting kind of choppy, so we'll just kill a little bit of time there. Let's take a look at the standings for baseball. There's about, I would say, we're in August and the season ends. Let's see, when is the last week of the schedule? I do believe at the last, that's August, September 30th perhaps? Nope, even before then. 20th, September 26th, September 27th, September 28th. Okay, so the last game of the season is, looks like it's going to be the Orioles and the Yankees on September 27th right now, from what I can see there. So that gives us about 8 weeks to go until the playoffs start. So the standings are: the Tampa Bay Rays lead the American League East, having a 4.5 game lead over the Yankees. The AL Central, the Chicago White Sox are in first place. They have a 3.5 game lead over the Cleveland Guardians. And in the AL West, it's the Houston Astros. They hold on to a 1.5 game lead over the Texas Rangers. In the National League, the Braves have an 8.5 game lead over the Philadelphia Phillies. The Brewers lead the NL Central by 5.5 games. And of course, the Dodgers have an 8 game lead over the Diamondbacks. When it comes to the wild card, the Yankees and the Red Sox are the top 2 teams in the American League, so they would play, I believe, a 1 game playoff. In the National Leagues, it would be the Cubs and the Diamondbacks. Kickoff is about 22 minutes and 10 seconds away, according to the clock, in the stadium for the Hall of Fame game between the Cardinals and the Panthers. I haven't decided on what we're doing for MLB playoffs just yet. Definitely going to call the World Series games in their entirety, pitch by pitch, until a winner is crowned. That'll be a certain. Haven't decided what I want to do for the Division Series and the Championship Series, but when that gets closer to, then we will definitely figure all that out and go from there. 15 minutes to go until the top of the hour, when we kick off, literally, pun intended, the 2026 NFL season. I did, and the reason I'm doing this random poll is it's like I was torn between, Thursday night games, Sunday night games, Monday night games. Usually it was always Monday night games. But, gotta just stick with it there a little bit. And the yawning starts. Doggone. The yawning starts. So we'll take a look and see if there's anything else. Nope. Play the number one fantasy football. Yeah, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I tried that once. I don't get it. I tried fantasy football and it failed miserably. Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, Canton, Ohio. Oh. Cool. kickoff is 19 minutes away. So it looks like they're going to go around 8:10 p.m. Eastern. As we're taking a look at all the busts. Look at all that. Rondy Barber, cornerback. Wow, broke his thumb and still played. Let's take a look at the official preview written by the Associated Press for this game. It'll be Carson Beck versus Kenny Pickett when Cardinals Panthers open the NFL's exhibition season. Carson Beck makes his NFL debut and Kenny Pickett starts for his 5th team in 4 years. Welcome to the NFL preseason. If you want to see starters play, wait until next month when the games count in the standings or watch joint practices. The exhibition schedule kicks off Thursday night with Beck and the Arizona Cardinals facing Pickett and the Carolina Panthers in the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. The preseason is an opportunity for rookies, backups, and players fighting for roster spots to get snaps and showcase what they can do. Most first-round picks won't play much. Cardinals running back Jeremiah Love, number 3 pick, and Panthers tackle Monroe Freeling are sitting out the opener. Beck, a 3rd-round pick from Miami, will be under center for new Cardinals coach Mike LaFleur. Veteran Jacoby Brissett is Arizona's starter, and Gardner Minshew is the backup. Beck, who led the Hurricanes to a national championship matchup against Indiana, said he won't have any butterflies before the game. Pickett, a first-round pick by the Steelers in 2022, who led Pittsburgh to a 14-10 record in 2 seasons, has bounced around the league. He spent the 2024 season with the Eagles before Philadelphia traded him to Cleveland last year. The Browns sent him to the Raiders during training camp, and he started 2 games for Las Vegas. The Panthers signed Pickett to back up Bryce Young. Carolina won the NFC South last season with an 8-9 record, but the Panthers led the 12-win Rams in the final minute of their wild-card playoff game before NFL MVP Matthew Stafford threw a 19-yard touchdown pass to Colby Parkinson with 38 seconds left for a 34-31 victory. The Panthers have been getting after each other in practice, so Coach Dave Canales is looking forward to see his team hit an opponent. Practice is everything for coaches in training camp. Fewer teams play their starters in preseason games, so they have to get them ready for the regular season in practice. Joint practices, teams facing opponents ahead of their exhibition game, are a growing trend in the NFL. A total of 28 teams have scheduled joint practices, which begin next week. The Rams have joint practices with the Cowboys and Saints coming up. The Detroit Lions are one of 4 teams that won't have any joint practices, so some of their starters could see action in the preseason games. Several key players already have been hurt in practices over the past week. The Panthers lost second-year edge rusher Nick Scorton to a torn ACL on the first day of camp. They also saw wide receiver Chris Brazell, the second, go down with a torn LCL. New Orleans Saints defensive tackle Bryce Breeze tore his ACL last week. Atlanta Falcons edge rusher Jalen Walker was carted off the field with a knee injury on Thursday. So already things are happening. The Panthers are a 1.5 favorite, according to DraftKings, with payout at a minus 110, meaning if you want to win $100, you got to put up at least 110. And it looks like, and that's to cover the spread, of course. Actually, the money line is 100 minus 130 on Carolina. Arizona is plus 110. Of course, every season I always say, oh, I should make some bets, but I always chicken out prior to the start because I don't want to lose. I want to win. taking a look at FanDuel. Do they have anything? Oh, wow. Hmm. 36-1 odds. If each team, if both the Cardinals and the Panthers each record 100 yards in rushing and 200 reception yards, it pays 36-1. What else? If the Cardinals and the Panthers have 300 yards total, receiving and rushing, and over 43.5 points get scored, and Arizona wins, that pays 10.5-1. Yeah. Sometimes the best action is to not play, as they say in war games. An interesting game. Sometimes the best move is not to play. We'll see what happens during the preseason and going to week 1. We're almost to the top of the hour. Adam Vinatieri holds the record for most field goals without a miss. And NBC is officially ending their pregame stuff. Adam Vinatieri, Luke Kuechly, Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, and Roger Craig are your 2026 NFL Hall of Fame. Back to school. Sevier County school starts tomorrow. That was a big thing on why start the school year on a Friday? I don't know. I always wondered why you start the school year on a Wednesday. Why not start it on a Monday? You know? That way you have a longer weekend or something. The snacking starts. I always feel like during football I have to snack. Don't know why. I know it's impolite. As NBC Peacock officially welcomes the viewing audience to the 2026 Hall of Fame. Drew Brees, quarterback for San Diego and New Orleans, coming out waving to the crowd. Drew Brees. Running back Roger Craig, who played for San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Minnesota from 1983 to 1993. Comes out with a big smile, thumbs up. Adam Vinatieri, kicker for the Patriots and the Colts from 1996 to 2019. Waving, thumbs up to the crowds. Linebacker Luke Kuechly of the Panthers from 2012 to 2019. And from the Arizona Cardinals from 2004 to 2020, wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald. Big smile on his face there. There's your 2026 class, Hall of Fame class for the NFL. All 5 members officially getting their picture taken with the Cardinals and the Panthers behind them as Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tirico come onto the screen to call some football. Again, this is just a preseason game. Doesn't really mean much, just to get the cleats warmed up, get the arms going. Just my hat. Polls just closed across Tennessee. Ah, yes, it was election day here in Sevier County, and watch live coverage as results come in on the WBR, our streaming app. Sadly, I did not get out to my polling place. I did not vote. I know I should vote, but it's okay, you know. I mostly vote for the federal races instead of the state races. Voting, of course, is a right, or is a privilege, not a right. You are privileged, you know. And they go to commercial there. They'll come back. Unfortunately, you know, there is a law that says, you know, if you commit a crime, you lose your ability to vote. I do not like that. Let me it's felonies. Okay, has to be a felony, not a misdemeanor. So that's understandable. Then the more severe crimes, then absolutely. But so shows what I know. Commercials. Love those commercials. Oh, the Children's Hospital in Knoxville was renamed from Dolly Parton Children's Hospital. Tennessee Lottery. Powerball's over $800 million. I've got 2 tickets. It's always scary to think about winning the lottery, and more scary to actually win the lottery. Because it truly is life-changing. Well, I love how all the experts are like, don't tell your family, don't tell anybody. You know, I don't think I wouldn't be able to keep it secret if I had won the lottery. I tell you, it would be like, I've spoken about this with my clients and my passengers. I'm like, what would you do if you win the lottery? And I'm like, I think the one thing I wouldn't do, I wouldn't go on social media and put myself out there. I wouldn't, I would eventually like surprise my family and friends, but I wouldn't be like at Mega Millions jackpot winner 37862 or something like that. I wouldn't do that. NBC Sports welcomes you to this presentation of this NFL game. And Melissa Stark. It's the families of all 5 the families of the 5 Hall of Fame inductees, and they're talking to Drew Brees' wife, Brittany. Very humbling and full of gratitude, as she says. We're talking to Tom Kokali. I know I'm not saying his name right. That's Luke's dad. He's very proud of his son, who is now in the Hall of Fame. And the countdown clock has officially, as we take a look at Coach Mike LaFleur, who was the Rams offensive coordinator prior to assuming the head coach position. He goes up against Dave Canales of the defending 2025 NFC South champion Carolina Panthers. And it looks like the Cardinals are going to kick off to the Panthers. Kicker takes a few steps back. Remember, nobody moves until the ball gets caught. And we are underway. Ball is going to go into the end zone, and the Panthers are going to run 10, 15, 20, 25. And we are underway. A 25-yard return from Ryland. Kenny Pickett's in his 5th season. He signed a 1-year contract. This is his 5th team as he played with the Steelers, the Eagles, the Browns, and the Raiders. Now Kenny Pickett is a Carolina Panther. And he is going to start. Let's see what his first drive is, as it's 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. He gets the ball, he fakes the handoff, and he's going to throw a short pass, and it's complete. And we're going to get a little bit more, about maybe 6 or 7 yards, as Sanders gets the ball. 1 completion, 1 catch, 6 yards. As we take a look at Bryce Young out of Pasadena. And it is now 2nd and 4. Gets the snap. And another pass, another completion. And Sanders is going to go back almost to the line of scrimmage. They'll give him some forward progress. 2 yards. That's going to make it 3rd and 2. Panthers coming up to the line. 3rd and 1, actually. Can Kenny Pickett convert? Waiting for the snap. Gets the snap. And he gets swallowed up and sacked. The defense got to him. It's a 5-yard loss as Billings gets a hold of Pickett. And that's going to be a 3 and out for the Carolina Panthers. Came up into the pocket. Ran right into Billings. He did have a little bit of room. Wow, he's a big one. Oh boy, he's a big guy at Billings there. Whoo! So the Panthers are going to punt away on after a 3 and out. Punt is up. And it's going to go all the way to the 15, 20, and not very much, a 7-yard return. And now it's Beck's turn as Beck comes out to the field. Carson Beck. Let's see what he can do. 3rd round pick out of Miami. 37-6 record as a starter. 24-3 out of Georgia. 13 out of 3 out of Miami, Florida. All right, youngster. Welcome to the NFL. Let's see what you do on your first drive. Carson Beck. Waiting for the snap, gets it, looks, passes, complete, and he's going to make it to Yaboa for 4 yards. So it's going to make it 2nd and 6. First pass, first completion for the rookie out of Miami. All right, next play. It's going to be a handoff, and we're going to get a flip on that one as Knight gets 3 yards. Well, that's going to make it 3rd and 3. We'll take a look at Jacoby Brissett. He's on the sideline there, watching the rookie play. So let's see if the Cardinals can convert on their first drive. From the 30-yard line. 3rd and 3. Beck gets the pass. He's looking. He's going to take it himself. And he's going to play Thanos on the 3rd down. And he's going to dive in for a 1st down. Playing Thanos. Says, I'll do it myself. Gets the snap. Looks, and says, I'm going. Gets the 4 yards and just dives in and gets the 1st down. Well done. Nice play. All right, new set of downs. It's a handoff. Good run up the middle there. Another 3 yards there. Excuse me, 4. That was another 3 yards from Knight. 2 carries for Knight so far. AZ Knight. All right, 2nd and 7 coming up. Excuse me. Back's going to fake the handoff, roll, completion, and he'll get another 5 as he finds Fairweather. That's going to make it 3rd and 2. Let's see if the momentum can continue for the Cardinals. Just over 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. From about the... And incomplete. No. Brooks had a hold of that one. Lee with the breakup on defense, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Back. Let's see here. Got a piece of it. Hit him in the shoulder. And the ball just bounced out of his hands. So it looks like Arizona's going to punt away now. Punt goes up. All the way down, and it will go out of bounds at the 3-yard line. So Carolina's going to have a lot of running room to play with. With 9:51 to go in the first, we have no score. As we now get Spider-Man, Brand New Day is the #1 movie. I'm surprised I didn't go to the movies. You know, I'm very far behind when it comes to going to the movies and all that. Lori Lou loves to call people out because people are on their phone. And if you're in a darkened theater and all you see is something like that in a darkened theater, it's distracting. You know? And I agree, you know, you should be watching the movie and not paying attention to your phone. And of course, don't pirate. I mean, come on, that's just dumb. You don't want to do that. Because it's illegal. Ah, The Voice. Queen Latifah, Riley Green, Adam Levine, and Kelly Clarkson are your judges for The Voice. I don't think I've ever seen an episode of The Voice. I know of The Voice. I know what the concept is. You know, you sing your song, and if they like you, they turn around. Just like America's Got Talent, too. Sword swallowing underwater? Really? Why would you do that? You know, sword swallowing was actually taken out of the Guinness Book of World Records, as it should have, because it's too dangerous. All right, Kenny Pickett is all the way back at his own 3-yard line on the second drive. Let's see what the Panthers do with this. He gives it off, and do we have a safety? Is that a tackle in the end zone? Let's see. Hands it off to Etienne, and Etienne is, boy, that number 95, he is a big guy. It was very close, but he was tackled at the 1-yard line for a loss of 2. Oh no! We have a hurt player. Number 90 on the Cardinals is limping off. He doesn't look too happy. All right, a loss of 2. 2nd and 12 from the 1-yard line. Peckett will throw from his own end zone, and that's incomplete. Ball was tipped and intended for more. Keys with the block. Let's take a look at this one here. It looks like it's going to be a quick shot up the middle. Looks like did 95 get a hold of that? No, he missed that one. Boy, at 95. All right, 3rd and 12. Pickett's got a long way here. And we got a flag. False start. Offense. Half the distance to the goal. Remains 3rd down. Number 76 jumped. All right, let's try this again. Backett looking from his own end zone. He's going to throw deep. And there's nobody there, but a flag on the play. We could have some DPI on that one. Let's take a look. Clark versus Tremaine. DPI is the call. I think the ball was too high. I don't think he had a shot at that one. So that's going to give the Panthers some running room as they move up to the 32-yard line. All right, Pickett waiting for the snap on a new set of downs. High snap, hands it off. He goes nowhere. Etienne only gets a couple yards. To make it 2nd and 8. Taking a look at Dave Canales and Pete Carroll. 2nd and 8 coming up. Pickett. He's looking. He throws. He completes. And we're not going to get any yardage on that one. And we have another flag on the play. What's the call on this one, ref? Holding? Offensive holding. Penalty is declined. It's going to make it 3rd down. That's going to be a loss of a yard. As we take a look at offensive lineman Albert Reese. Signed as an undrafted free agent. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Still no score. Peckett waiting, gets the snap, looking, still looking, throws, complete, and going to get 5 yards as he finds Sanders. That's going to make it 4th and 3, so it looks like they're going to punt away again. Teams are lining up, waiting for the kickoff. Kick's going to go all the way to the 10-yard line, and it will go just, oh, it is marked down at about the 2-yard line. Wanted the ball to go into the end zone, but it just didn't happen. Ball was heading toward the end zone, didn't go into the end zone, so that's going to make it. And we have a commercial with Travis Kelce for Sunday Ticket. Let's take a look at some stats. Kenny Pickett is 4 of 5 for 12 yards. Carson Beck is 2 of 3 for 9 yards. 6 yards for, let me get his name, Bam Knight. He's the leading rusher with 2 carries. And Jatavion Sanders of the Panthers is the top receiver with 13 yards. Other than that, no score. Let's see what's going on Twitter. Let's see what people are saying. Why not? All right, so let's see what the Cardinals are going to do. From there, about the 4-yard line, there's a lot of movement there, and then now the flag finally gets called. False start. Offense. Half the distance to the goal. Remains first down. Next play after the penalty, and it's a handoff and a couple yards. As Knight gets a couple more yards off that one, it's going to make it 2nd and 10. It was 1st and 12. Cardinals, let's see what they do. Beck's going to hand off again. Not going to go anywhere with that one. Small 3-yard run. Knight goes up the middle again. That's going to make it 3rd and 7. The Panthers defense ranked last at 31.4 points a game in 2024. They did improve to 22 points in 2025. And they gave up 400 yards in 2024. Now they've only given up 327 so far. 3rd and 7 here Let's see what Beck's gonna do. He's in his end zone. He's gonna throw, and he's got somebody open, and that's a completion. Well done, 35 yards as he finds Brooks for the completion and the first down. Nice, good pass there to get out of that jam. As he finds Brooks. Nice catch, nice hands. Nice 35 yards. Larry Fitzgerald approved. All right, new set of downs for the Cardinals. Back to face the handoff and roll. Completion. And Weaver gets pushed out of bounds for a 3-yard gain. So we'll stop the clock with 5:16 to go. Next play is a handoff, a bit of a slip, finds a hole, runs through it, gets the first down as Knight gets 10. Nice little carry there. Let's take a look at the replay here. Bit of a slip, but he regained his footing. First and 10 from the 45-yard line. Cardinal fakes the handoff again, and he's going to throw, and he's going to find a completion as he finds Gears for 5 more yards. Clock winding down to the end of the first quarter. We're down to about 4 minutes to go. It's now 2nd and 5. Take a look at the Jeremiah Love there. Fakes the handoff again. He's looking. He throws. There's a big completion. He finds Brooks and gets another 15 yards. Needed 5, got 15. All right, from the 25-yard line with a new set of downs and about 3 minutes to go in the first, he's going to hand it off. Gets a few, still fighting a little bit. Knight gets another 3. We make it 2nd and 7. Carson Beck's career timeline: played in Georgia from 2020 to 2024, 2-time CFP national champion as a backup, and then went to Miami with a 13-3 record. From about the 22-yard line, Beck is going to get the ball. He's going to throw. He's going to complete. And a little bit shy of the first down, he found Fairweather for 6. So that's going to make it 3rd and 1. It's under 2 minutes to go. From the 16-yard line, we're going to get a handoff. We're going to get a first down. Knight powers through for 3. New set of downs. That's going to put them, I believe, to the 13-yard line. So now the Cardinals are in the red zone. This is the 11th play of the drive. Back waiting. 5 on the play clock. Gets the snap, hands it off. A little bit on the right side, gets 4 more. And they'll have time for 1 more play. "30 seconds to go. This is going to be the last play of the first quarter. Beck, can he get it into the end zone? Yes, he can. Or are they going to mark him short? Did he break the plane? The clock is going to run down. His knee was down first. So that's going to end the first quarter. No score. We're going to get 8 yards on that last play. Ball is now basically right on the goal line. So let's take a look at the stats now and see where we stand. Gertie Puckett, Kenny Pickett, Kirby Puckett, Kenny Pickett, yeah, right. Where did I get Kirby Puckett from? I'd like to know. Kenny Pickett still 4 of 5 for 12 yards. Carson Beck is now 8 of 9 for 81 yards, about to score his first NFL touchdown, even though it is in the preseason. Bam Knight has 27 yards and 7 carries. And Jalen Brooks has 50 yards with 2 receptions. This year, the NFL comes early. Yes, it does. Wednesday, September 9th. All right, we're going to start the second quarter. And Carson Beck is literally knocking on heaven's door to get into the end zone and get the first touchdown of the NFL preseason anyway. Will he take it himself? He's going to hand it off, and is he in? He's in. We have a touchdown. Corey Kinnear drives in and gets the run and gets the touchdown and puts the Cardinals up 6-0. And the extra point is good. look at Drew Brees' Hall of Fame video package. Who dey? Who dat? Second most passing yards and touchdown passes in NFL history. Super Bowl 54 champion, 44 champion and MVP. Two-time Offensive Player of the Year in 2008 and 2011. First quarterback inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame since Peyton Manning. Still talking to Drew Brees. Talking about him and Sean Payton. We're still bringing up Katrina. Here's the kickoff. And it's going to go into the end zone. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and finally down. 30-yard return. $35-yard return, actually. Still talking to Drew Brees as we let's see what Pickett does in this one. It's a handoff, and we're going to get a few yards, not too many. 5 to Etienne. Drew holding up his son Balin, and there's Balin now. Second and 5 coming up. It's going to be another handoff. And got an opening and a first down. Etienne gets another 7 yards. Nah. First and 10 coming up, and faking the handoff. Pickett's going to throw, complete. First down and then some, as Mechie gets 20. All right, first and 10 after the 20-yard reception. Let's see what Pickett does in this one. He's looking, he throws, it's complete, and Moore is only going to get 4 yards on that one. They are remembering Hurricane Katrina with the Saints. Second and 6 coming up. High snap. Pickett still holding, and he escapes one. He's going to start running throws. Incomplete. Almost got sacked. Mechie was the intended target. As Drew Brees, of course, is meeting some fans there. Some fans over there wanting autographs. 3rd and 6 coming up. Make it with a high snap. Looking. Throws it away, makes the completion, gets the first down as he finds Mitchell, who gets pushed out of bounds for 8. That'll bring up a first down for the Panthers. Looking, and finds him. Pickett is 7 of 9 with 44 yards right now. Next play. Spins around, backing up, looking, throws, and he's got him. Incomplete. Mitchell, the intended target. Keys with the defensive play. Second and 10 coming up. Pickett looking, throws, complete. First down and then some, and gets to the 5-yard line, picking up. That'll make it 1st and goal for the Panthers. 18 yards to Dillon. First and goal from the 5. Can the Panthers answer back? Pushing through just shy of the goal line. So 2nd and goal. Just off the 1. Might be a quarterback sneak, I think. Quick handoff, and Dillon pushes through. And we get a Carolina touchdown. A.J. Dillon gets the first touchdown for the Panthers this season. 10 plays, 67 yards. Extra point is good, and we are tied. 7-7 is the score. And that's not a very good time stamp there. Let's fix that really quickly. That's better. 10:56 to go. And I'm going to take myself out for a quick commercial break. All right, we are back, getting ready for the kickoff in a 7-7 ball game. That's a penalty. The kickoff landed short of the landing zone, so the ball will be placed. Adam Vinatieri, most made field goals and points, 4-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time first team All-Pro selection. Let's see what Beck does on this one, and he's going to throw, and he's going to go deep, and he's got someone open, and makes the catch, and what a hit! What a catch that was! 49 yards to Brooks. And we've got a flag on the play. Illegal contact, defense penalty declined. Let's take a look at Brooks. Look at that speed. He does a little stutter. He gets past the defender. He's looking. He makes the catch. And Ransom 22 with a nice almost helmet to shoulder, which caused the penalty. That's going to put the Cardinals all the way to the 11-yard line. And they're going to fight their way through. They're going to get 6 more. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. I believe. Yes, 2nd and 4 coming up. 10 minutes to go in the half. Beck's going to fake the handoff, get away, and that's going to be a throwaway. They almost would have called grounding on that one. Thornton was getting right up on him there. And he kind of slings. He's like, no. Ooh, we got a bloody player on 22. There's like blood all coming down his visor there. Beck is 9 of 11 for 130 yards right now. If you had that on the bingo card. And we're going to go timeout. Arizona calls timeout. Interesting. A post on X from Rhea Ripley. Life update. After just under 14 years in wrestling and doing sports my entire life, it's caught up to me. Surgery was never a first option, but it got to the point that it was needed. First one down, hopefully no more. I've survived. Now it's time to start thriving so I can get back to what I love to do. See you all down the road. And that's a touchdown for the Cardinals. As Simi Fehoko makes the catch and puts Arizona up 13-7. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Cardinals are going to answer right back thanks to a 49-yard reception. And it is now 14-7. So Mommy has posted on Twitter with her knee all bandaged up, or what is the Bird Gang takes the lead 14-7. The Panthers have gotten the ball back, and I've already missed 2 plays because I'm not paying attention. Shame on me. So the kickoff went to a touchback. Dylan has run 13 yards from the 35-yard line to the 48-yard line for a first down. Pickett with the snap, stumbles a little bit, throws, and incomplete. That's going to be 2nd and 10 now. We're about the 48-yard line. And now in for the Panthers is Haynes King. Pickett is out. And he makes a completion. He gets 13 yards. So it looks like Pickett is out. I guess he's done for the day. You know. And now we have a new quarterback for the Panthers. King, he's going to throw. Almost gets picked off on that one. And they're going to call that incomplete. That's going to bring up 2nd down. Haynes King out of Longview, Texas, playing at Georgia Tech last season. He was the ACC Player of the Year. Second and 6 coming up. Throwing deep, finds incomplete. Mega was the intended target. picture of an inflatable head in the Georgia Tech locker room. Third and 6 coming up. King gets a snap and complete. Finds Mechie for 8. Gonna bring up a first down. Again, the season kicks off with the Patriots taking on the Seahawks on September 9th. The first Sunday night football game will be the Cowboys against the Giants. Still haven't decided what game I'm going to call. King gets the ball, throws, and almost picked off, but incomplete. King way back in the pocket. He's get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to do it himself. Slides just short of the first down marker. He's going to get 8 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd and 2. King decides to play Thanos on that one. King gonna get a short pass and a first down as he finds Franks for 4. First and 10 from the 15-yard line. Carolina looking to answer back. Short pass, complete. First down and touchdown. As Jassim Reed answers back, and we're down to 14-13 on a 10-play drive. Going for the extra point. Kick is up. And it's good. We've got a tie game. 14-14 is the score. Be right back. All right. Nicole Heat was the 2013 Defensive Player of the Year. 5-time first team All-Pro Selection Pro Bowler. We are tied at 14. Carolina's going to kick. It's going to go in the landing zone from about the 7 up to the 20, 25, 30, and down. About 26 yards on that return. I can't grab my lemon pie. Oh no, that's peach pie. I'm going to try peach pie tonight. As we go screen and screen on that one. And let's see what Beck does here. And somebody moved. Flag on the play. False start, 5-yard penalty. Well, that was dumb. First and 15 after the penalty. Beck looking, throws, incomplete. Second and 15. He's going to throw. Completion. Almost a first down on that one. Gets Virgil for 14. That does not taste like peach. Third and 1. Beck throws. Only needs 1 and loses the ball. Incomplete. Flag on the play though. See what the call is going to be on that. Defensive holding was the penalty. There are two penalties: defensive holding and illegal contact. Illegal contact was declined. Holding against the defense gives the Cardinals 5 yards and a first down. And Knight's going to run for 5 yards on that one to make it 2nd and 5. All right, here we go. Next play. It's a handoff and a first down and then some, and he's still going, and the ball comes loose. And who jumped on the grenade? Who got the ball? Knight had the ball. He drops it, but let's see what happens here. Knight's got it. Ball comes loose. Who jumps on it? It looks too close to call. I can't see who got it. Cardinals got the ball back after the fumble. And Kinnear's going to go up another 5 yards. Second and 5 coming up from about the 29-yard line. Cardinals looking to maybe take the lead before halftime. Needs 5. Gets, and then some. Gets 8 as Kinnear gets the first down. They'll have time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. First and 10 from about the 21-yard line. Gotta get the play off. There we go, Cardinal. And he's only going to get a couple of yards, 4 yards, and that's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. All right, with 2 minutes to go, let's see what the Cardinals will do on 2nd and 6. A lot of talking going on. It's a handoff and goes nowhere. He goes nowhere on that one. Only gets a couple yards, and the Cardinals are going to take their first time out. Carson Beck is 11 of 14, 148 yards. Putting up good numbers right at the beginning. Beck. And he's going to get sacked on 3rd and 4. Well, you say something nice about the kid, and then he gets sacked. That's going to bring up 4th down. Loss of 2. Chad Ryland out of Lebanon, Pennsylvania is going to try for a field goal. It's a 35-yarder. And it is good. And the Cardinals take the lead 17-14. Let's take a look at some stats here because now we don't want to take a commercial break or anything like that. Carson Beck is at 11 of 14, 148 yards. Kenny Pickett is 8 of 11 for 62 yards. Haynes King 5 of 8 for 44 yards. Lead rusher for the Panthers right now is A.J. Dillon with 3 carries, 18 yards. Lead rusher for the Cardinals is Bam Knights, 11 carries, 56 yards. John Mechie III has 2 catches for the Panthers at 27 yards. Jalen Brooks has 3. He's only 1 yard shy of the centennial mark at 99. Let's see what the Panthers can do before halftime. They've got a minute 46 to go. Mike LaFleur, John Harbaugh, 10 complete, 10 new coaches. And yes, Travis and Tay were married. Let's see where this kickoff goes. With 1:46 to go in the half, it's going to be a touchback. Talking about Mike Tomlin joining the NBC crew, apparently. First and 10 from the 35-yard line for the Panthers. King's going to throw. Incomplete. Mechie, the intended target. There's a couple Steelers fans right there in the crowd. .142 to go in the half. 2nd and 10. King looking, throws, complete, gets it. And he finds Mechie for 15. Clock is running. 1st and 10 right at 50-yard line. King gets the snap, throws, and that was a catch. Still 1st and 10. They got 11 on that one. Short pass. They get 1. They're doing a 2-minute offense. The clock is running. It's now 2nd and 9. 1 minute to go. Same play, same player. Gets 6 more. Well, no. Yep, that was Mitchell. Mitchell again as he's pushed out of bounds. Mechie and Mitchell. That's going to make it 3rd and 3. And King is 9 of 13 for 77 yards right now. 53 seconds to go in the half. King running around, gets the completion, gets the 1st down, gets a little more, and he's still on his feet as he finds Horn, and he gets 17 with 40 seconds to go in the half. .30 seconds left in the half. Going for the end zone. Incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 23 seconds left. Second and 10 from the 15-yard line. King gets the ball, throws to the end zone, and incomplete. Mechie, the intended target, tried to go for the backwards one-handed catch. 18 seconds left to go in the half. Third and 10. King way back in the pocket. He's being chased. He got the throw off. Unfortunately, there's a flag on the play. Illegal shift, but declined. No gain. That's going to put the Panthers Looks like they're going to go for the field goal to try and tie the game. "33-yard attempt. Kick is up. And it's good. And we have a tie game again with 8 seconds left to go in the half. It is 17-17. It looks like we're going to get one kickoff, and my guess is we'll see what the Cardinals will do. They'll run it out, go into the half at halftime tied up. Take a look at some halftime stats. Before the start of the third quarter, we'll go to blank screen at that point. Take a good long break. Take a look at some any other news reports or anything, and we'll go to the second half. Kickoff is going to go bouncing in the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback. So ball on the 35-yard line. Cardinals line up. They're going to take a knee, and we're going to go to the half. It's going to be halftime. Oh, before we get to the third quarter, the Cardinals will get the ball at the start of the second half. Go over some stats, go over some headlines, take a good long break. We'll be back in the second half, about 18 minutes or so, something like that. All right, third quarter underway. Tied up at 17. Should have gone over the stats, but I guess I didn't. So I'm sorry about that. And Beck is going to throw, and he's going to make a completion. He's going to get the first down as he passes to... Let me get my play-by-play back here. Get to Weaver for a 9-yard run. And looks like they're going to be generous and give him the first down. NFL head coaches in history, going all the way back to Ted and Al Nasser, Mike, the Harbaugh brothers. Second and inches. There they got the inches. Now they get the first down with a 4-yard run. First and 10 from about the 33-yard line. Oh, he moved. That's encroachment. That's going to make it first and 5. 64 jumped. Oh, first and 5 after the penalty. Back with the handoff. He throws. That's a completion. That's a first down. To Gears as he gets 16. And somebody moved again. This time it's going to be false start against the Cardinals. Oh, we're going to push them back 5 yards. They get the 5 yards on the encroachment. They get the first down. They push them back 5 yards on the false start. Look like Beck is going to stay in this game for. He's going to finish it too. I think. I say let him. Excuse me, getting tired. Back with the handoff. And we're going to get 4 yards back to Kinnear. It's going to take it down to 2nd and 11. Fakes the handoff. Beck's going to get out of the pocket. Going to do a short pass. And he'll get holding offense. I'm going to push him back 10 yards as Williams on the Cardinals was called for holding. going to make it 2nd and 21. More at 2nd and 20. Beck's going to go back. He's going to get those yards back. Maybe he gets the completion, but the receiver's going almost the wrong direction after the catch. And finally, Virgil goes down for a 9-yard pass. He'll get 9 yards back. Let's make it 3rd and 11. Reggie Virgil, out of Apopka, Florida, Big 12 champion with Texas Tech, only 22 years old. Third and 11. Beck throws complete. And he'll get to Yavoah for 6. That's going to make it 4th and 5. And are they going to go for it? Don't see the field goal unit or the kicking unit come out. They're going to go for it on 4th and 5. Interesting during the preseason. Beck's going to get the ball, and he's going for the end zone and gets the completion. Or did he? No, that was incomplete. Oh. Do I get a let me see do I get a Oh, the ball came out, knocked loose, and then hit the ground. Doggone it. I thought he had that one. 17-17, score still tied after a turnover on downs. I thought he had that. Be right back. Larry Fitzgerald about to get interviewed here. Carolina gets the ball after the turnover on downs, and their first play is going to be a loss of a yard. tracking a bug. Yeah, land on the wall, I dare you. I hate having bugs in my room, doggone it. And let's see what happens here. Carolina has, on the run, lost the ball, and Arizona recovers. Did I get him? No. Land somewhere, you stupid bug. Oh, God, that's going to bother me. And I think the Cardinals have changed quarterbacks. As Kadon Slavis has entered the game at quarterback. And he's going to Cardinals going to do a run on that one. They're going to get 5 yards on that play. It's going to make it 2nd and 5. And Slavis is going to get a pass, and that's going to be a completion and then some. And they're going to go all the way down to about the 10-yard line as he picks up 19 to Weaver. First and 10. And the Cardinals are going to get a few yards on that play. Hall gets 3 yards. Sharing stories about Larry Fitzgerald. Cardinals. Quarterback running back, looking for the end zone. Flag on the play. Incomplete, out of bounds. Laughing with Larry Fitzgerald. Getting away from the action here a little bit. There we go. 2nd and 17 after the penalty, which was offensive holding, and the Cardinals are going to get sacked on that one. Slovis gets sacked by Hampton. That's a loss of 10. As the clock runs down to 6 minutes. Slovis got swallowed up, and he's down on that one. Third and 27. It's a handoff, a slip, and 5 yards. It's going to make it 4th and about 23. And Arizona's going to go for the lead here. On a 43-yard kick. Field goal is up. Field goal is good, and the Cardinals take the lead 20-17. Roger Craig, 3-time Super Bowl champion, 1988 Offensive Player of the Year, and made the playoffs in all 11 seasons that he played. They're going to interview him, and I think he's going to be the final Hall of Fame inductee that they interview for the night. Cardinals up 20-17 with 4:42 to go in the third. Kick is up. And it's going to be taken, and we're going to run 10, 15, 20, 25, and down. 25 yards. First and 10 for the Panthers. And they're going to get a few yards as Tyus goes up the middle for about 3. Second and 7. Tyus goes up the middle again, only gets a couple yards on that run. So that'll take the clock down to about 3.5 minutes. Third and 5 coming up. King still looking. He's going to scramble. He's going to go past the first down marker, but there's a flag on the play. He scrambled for 6. Holding offense. He's going to replay and push him back 10 yards. (1,000 rushing yards and receiving yards in the same season. Roger Craig in 85, Marshall Faulk in 99, and Christian McCaffrey in 2019. And the clock hits 3 minutes to go in the third. And the Carolina Panthers are facing a 3rd and 15. And we got a first down. We got a completion on that one. As Horn, but there's a flag on that play. Unnecessary roughness on the defense on Culp. That's after the play. Let's see here. There's the catch. I saw one hit and then I saw the second hit. So the second hit was probably where the penalty came into play. They're going to tack on 15 yards to that. And that's going to put the Panthers on their own, or on the Arizona 47. King's going to hand it off, and we're going to go for a run to the left side as Tyus gets 6. Second and 4 coming up with about 2:08 to go in the quarter. Fakes the handoff. King rolling back left. Short pass. Got it. Completion. First down as he finds Washington for 7. Pushed out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:58 to go. Carolina wanted to... Nothing on that play. Be lucky if they get a yard. They will count them for a yard, but that's it. Let's play. Looks like no gain there. Third and 9 coming up. Looks like they're going to get one more play before we go to the fourth. Completion and down, and that's only going to be 7 yards, and that's going to end the third quarter. 20-17 is the score. Got him. Be right back for the fourth quarter. come back from the fourth quarter, and it looks like the Panthers. Let's see what we did. Oh my gosh, I missed a lot there, didn't I? Let's see here. King gets 7 to end the third. 22-yard pass to Presscorn to the 22 on 4th and 2. So they went for it on 4th down just to get the touchdown to make it 24-20. So we'll update that really quickly. And there is 14:20 left to go in the fourth. There we go. All right, let me bring up the... Let's bring up some baseball scores. That way we don't... MLB scores. What's going on in baseball today? The Angels beat the Orioles 4-1. The Reds beat the Athletics 6-5. The Mets beat the Guardians 13-6. The Brewers beat the Pirates 5-2. The Cubs had to go into extra innings to beat the Blue Jays 3-2. Tigers skunked the Mariners 11-0, and the Phillies beat the Nationals 7-3. There are a few games going on right now. The White Sox and Red Sox are playing in the bottom of the ninth. Is 7-6 on that one with 1 out. The Twins and Royals are in the top of the ninth. Twins are winning 4-3. Marlins are playing the Braves. Braves are winning 6-0 in the top of the seventh. And the Padres are playing against the Diamondbacks. They're up 1-0 in the third. Sunday Night Football debut September 13th as the Cowboys take on the Giants. Dak Prescott versus Jackson Dart. That could be the game I call. We won't know until I officially draw the first helmet of the season. And that's going to be a 20-yard kickoff for the Panthers. Or for the Cardinals, excuse me. I'm going to see if I can bring up... Let's see if the week 1 schedule... First and 10, Cardinals. And they're going to get a few yards on that. NBC, Netflix, Fox, CBS, Fox, CBS, Fox, CBS, NBC, ESPN. Well, it all depends on the coverage, really. And it all depends on... So if I pick New England, Seattle, San Francisco, or Los Angeles... and those games will be okay. That's a completion for the Cardinals. They're going to get some yardage on that one. 27 yards as Slovis finds Wallace. And the clock runs down. Next play, Cardinals are going to go up the middle. They're going to get the first down on that play. They're going to get 9 on that one. 2nd and 1. Back to pass, and they're going to get the first down. And now, WBIR, which is the NBC affiliate here in Sevier County, is now giving out the election results on the bottom of the screen. Wow. First and 10 from the 25-yard line. And they're only going to get a couple of yards on that play. As the clock runs down. Which lucky team is going to be the one for week 1? I'm going to mix that up a little bit. Let's see what the Cardinals do in this. That's going to be a pass. That's completion. And will he fight for the first down? No. Nothing on that. Well, he got some good yardage on that play there. So that's going to be a... I think that's a... Third and 2 coming up. Carr's going to pass, and that is incomplete. And do we have a Cardinal down? Possibly so. Mix these up a little bit more. Cardinals are going to go for a 35-yard field goal to get within 1. Kick is up. Yo, that was very, very close, but it is good. Looked like it just went over the right edge. All right, well, let's make the decision right now. 24. There are 64 helmets in this bag. Each team has 2 helmets. I'm not going to look. I'm just going to pick one out at random. I'm looking dead straight into the camera, the computer. And with my left hand, I'm just going to pick a random helmet. And the game for the week 1, and it's all pending on the schedule. The team that I will call for week 1 is the Baltimore Ravens. I chose the helmet for the Baltimore Ravens. So according to the week 1 schedule, Baltimore is scheduled to play Indianapolis. It's the 1 o'clock game on CBS. So as long as I have the coverage on that day, that is the game I will be calling. I'll be calling the Ravens versus the Colts at 1 o'clock Eastern for week 1. And that is all pending, of course, pending the coverage on CBS as well. And if I decide to get NFL Network or NFL Network Plus or whatever streaming service I need to get that game, if not, I'll call whatever game that's on CBS. Let's see if I can. That's too far ahead. So right now, pending the coverage, Week 1, Sunday afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern, Ravens versus Colts. All right, we had a kickoff there. That's a 26-yard return as the Panthers have the ball with 10 minutes and 13 seconds to go. So basically, that's 30, so I can go over there. What did I get the buzz for? I don't know. Ravens versus Colts. Amazing. Five-yard run from Davis. And a 4-yard run again from Davis. That's going to make it 3rd and 1 coming up. And that he's off to the races on that one. That's going to be the biggest run of the game as Davis gets 36 big yards. That's a first down and then some. And from the 25-yard line, fakes the handoff. He's going to throw. That's a completion up to the line, and he's going to get 5 more as Tyus gets it to the 2nd and 5 as the clock hits about 8 minutes to go. Touchdown, extra point might be the nail in the coffin, and we'll see what the Cardinals are going to do on this one. Of course, it's just a preseason game. It's just a kickoff, you know. Second and 5 coming up. He's going to hand it off. And they're not going to get much on that one. Maybe a yard or two. That's going to bring the clock down to below 7 minutes. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Third and 4. King's going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw, and that's incomplete as it bounces off. And that's going to bring out the field goal unit. Fitzgerald coming up to do a 37-yard kick. Kick is up, and it is good. And the Panthers go from a 1-point lead to a 4-point lead, 27-23, with 6:53 to go in the game. Mike Tomlin is now in the booth, reminiscing about, he's wearing a Titans jersey there. I'm going to turn that down just a bit. There you go. Kicker's up. Or kickoff is up. It's in the landing zone. Cardinals going to go 20, 25, 30, 35, and then summon in a little bit more. He's going to get 29 yards. First play for the Cardinals. It's a pass, and it's a completion for 17 yards. Slavis finds Virgil. It's going to be a 1st and 10. Clock will get down to about 6 minutes if they hurry. How's my nose? We have a challenge in the preseason? Really? Why do we have a challenge in the preseason? Come on, guys. Are you kidding me? What is the point of having a challenge, I'd like to know. No, why are you going to challenge during the pre? That's just silly. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. While they talk about the challenge, we'll be right back. The ruling on the field stands. It is a catch. Cardinals with the ball. They're going to hand it off. They're going to get a run, and they're going to get a 1st down. As they get 13 on that run. on the phone. 1 yard run on 1st and 10 from Kinnear makes it 2nd and 9, and then a 1 yard pass, a short pass there. And when the Patriots take on the Seahawks to start the season, it'll be the 3rd Super Bowl rematch in history. Cardinals waiting for the snap on 3rd and 8. They need this one to stay the game alive. They get the completion in the 1st down. Needed 8. They ended up getting 16. And the clock keeps running. With 4:20 to go. First and 10 from about the 19-yard line. Runs into a wall. He'll be lucky if he gets a couple yards there. That should bring the clock to down about 3:15 or so as they continue talking to Mike Tomlin. Second and 8 coming up from about the 12-yard line. Pass, completion, and he bobbles out of bounds. He'll get 7 on that one. That'll make it 3rd and 1. He did go out of bounds. That does stop the clock with 3:21 to go. Third and 1 for the Cardinals. And they'll get the 1. They will get the 1st down on that one. And that'll take the clock, might take the clock down to about 2.5 minutes. And clock running down. Which team's going to call timeout? And the Cardinals will call timeout at 2:38 to go. Again, pending coverage on Sunday, week 1, which is about 3 weeks away. Ravens and Colts. 1st and goal coming up for the Cardinals to take the lead. Can they do it? No, they cannot. That's going to take them down to the 2-minute warning. And that's going to be their final commercial timeout. I'll stick around. Been on the air for 3.5 hours. That's how it's going to be every week. one game a week. Haven't decided what we're going to do for the playoffs or anything like that. And of course, got the World Series. That'll be a thing. Get back to work tomorrow. It will probably be storming in Sevier County. That's okay. We'll see what happens. See where this all goes. Well, thank everybody who watched along in this coverage. I invite you all to come back again next time. Again, the week 1 matchup will be the Ravens and the Colts. That's the game I'm going to be calling, permitting whatever they show on CBS. Hopefully it will be. And maybe when, as I get closer to that game, oh my gosh. If I find out that that game will not be covered, I'll probably just call whatever game is on CBS in my area. Or if I make enough money in 3 weeks, I'll get a subscription to NFL Premium or whatever it is, NFL Plus or whatever. And so I can cover the game that I actually picked. Two minutes to go with the Cardinals down by 4 points as it is 2nd and goal as they're knocking on the door to try and get the first win of the 2026 season. It's a fake handoff, and it is that a catch? Do we have a touchdown? We have an incomplete. Let's look at the replay. Green is down, and it looks like he's sliding. That looks like it's going to be incomplete. He's sliding. His feet are out of bounds as he's sliding and cradling the ball. Slide, slide, slide. I think that's going to be considered incomplete. They are really replaying this one. Now, if this was week 1, this would be a disaster. It is under review. The last 2 minutes, the coaches cannot challenge. All reviews come from the booth. The ref is looking. It's like right there he has possession of it, but does he maintain it as his feet are sliding out of bounds? Mike says no. I say he's out of bounds. I say it's an incomplete pass. After review, the call on the play field is reversed, and the referees are going to award a touchdown to Bryson Green, and the Cardinals are going to take the lead 30-27. What an interesting play and an interesting call that was. I thought he was out of bounds. And so now this changes the dynamic of the game a little bit. as the Cardinals take the lead 29-27. Extra point is up and good, and that's going to put the Cardinals up 30-27 with a minute 55 to go. Now, if this was the actual season, depending on where in the season it was, this would be a nightmare. You know, the social media would be exploding and everything and whatnot. So sliding and maintaining control of the ball is okay in this situation. So there you go on that one. Haynes King is 17 of 24 for 154 yards with 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. So the Panthers have a minute 55 and two timeouts to force this game into overtime, if there is going to be overtime. It is the preseason. I don't know if the game is going to end in a tie. Let's see. Can an NFL preseason game end in a tie? Yes, NFL preseason games can and often do end in a tie because the league has eliminated overtime in this format since 2021. Unlike regular season, all right, so you don't play overtime. So will Carolina go for the tie, or will Arizona go for the? Will Carolina go for the tie, or will they go for the win? Kickoff went to the 35-yard line with a touchback. King's going to throw, and that one's going to go out of bounds. That's going to put a minute 50, and it's going to put a minute 50 left on the clock. 2nd and 10. Well, there is no overtime in a preseason game. So this is it, essentially. King throwing. He's going for the end zone. There's nobody there. That's incomplete. I was going to go to Washington, but Washington was nowhere near the ball. I was going to bring up 3rd and 10. Minute 45. 3rd and 10. King with the ball, looking, throws, completes, gets the 10 yards and the 1st down. And they're going to try and speed things up a little bit here. 90 seconds to go. 45-yard line. King backing up, rolling around, short pass. And he finds Davis for 8. Clock still running, not using the timeouts. It's going to make it 2nd and 2. And about the 42-yard line. Hands off, gets the 2 yards and then some. Going to get 9 on that one. And Carolina will call timeout with 52 seconds left. That's their 2nd timeout. That's going to put the ball on the 47-yard line. The Carolina Panthers, they're going to play the Bears in week 1. The Falcons and Browns on the road in 2 and 3. Then they play the Lions on Sunday night before going on their bye week. Then they play in Philadelphia in week 6. So Bears, Lions, and Eagles in the first 6 weeks. That's going to be a tough set there for the Panthers. King is 19 to 28 with 127 yards. And that's going to drop the ball down there. And the clock is still running, and it looks like Carolina is going to use their final timeout with 44 seconds left as they are facing a 2nd and 6. The Cardinals will end up playing the Chargers in week 1, Seahawks in week 2, 49ers and Giants in 3 and 4, Lions in 5, and then the Rams in 6. So that's a pretty good schedule, I think, for them. So with 44 seconds left, and we are on the 43-yard line. King, he's going to throw, he's going for it, and incomplete. As Washington was the intended target, that's going to leave 39 seconds on the clock. 3rd and 14 to go. They only need 14 yards. King. He's going to take it himself and play Thanos and get the first down. He's still going, and he's going to run out of bounds for a 26-yard gain. King can do it all. King can play Thanos too. That's going to put the Panthers on the 17-yard line with 28 seconds left in the game. King's going to go for the end zone. Nothing there. That's incomplete. 23 seconds left. 2nd down. Ball on the 17-yard line. 23 seconds left to go. King throws. Is that a catch? That is a completion. The Panthers have to hurry because they cannot stop the clock. It is 1st and goal. And they spike the ball with 6 seconds left after a 12-yard pass to Horn. Six seconds left on the clock in a Hall of Fame game. What will Carolina do here? King going for the end zone and over the stretch, and now there's 2 seconds left. And it looks like they're going to go for the field goal and take the tie. Or are they going to go for it? They're going to go for it. So this is going to be it. Can the Carolina Panthers win the game on the final play? 2 seconds to go. King. He's going to do it himself. And did he get in? He certainly did. Haynes King, the rookie quarterback, 13 plays Thanos and finishes the game, and with a bit of a walk-off gives the Arizona Cardinals a loss as the Carolina Panthers win on a run by himself by the rookie quarterback. Final score, Panthers 33, Cardinals 30. He did it himself. Faked a couple passes just before and he stretched over just before his knee went down, and it looked, and that's going to do it as NBC officially ends their coverage with a final score 33-30. Well, how about that, folks? Well done to the Carolina Panthers on the last play of the game. If that's going to be any indication what the season's going to be like, well then, there you go. So that's going to do it for this episode of Stat Boy Sports Bar preseason edition. Thank you all for watching. Again, we'll be back in the sports bar in about 3 weeks for week 1. I picked the Ravens as my first game. So right now, tentative, according to the schedule, it will be the Ravens versus the Colts. That'll be the week 1 game that I will be calling. Until then, keep an eye out on Simply Reliable Studios for shenanigans, for all the wrestling that we follow along. Keep an eye out on social media. I believe Mr. Reliable is down to the last few subscribers that he needs. If so, he'll do the Hot Ones Challenge. I am tired. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm going back to work tomorrow. I love you all. Good night. And Brother Zach with one last comment before we call it a night. Good night, friends. See you in about 3 weeks.